Oh, fantastic. Absolutely great. Great weekend. I was over the moon with the footy. It's just, you know what it is? I just love chilled weekends. Well, I say I had a good weekend. The lasses who I managed, they got beat on Sunday. So, not much.
It is beach football though, so it is kind of hard, isn't it?
It is hard, isn't it? It is. But, you know, they're getting there. They're getting there.
Well, that's it. This is just all part of the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
just a hobby, isn't it?
Lessons are all part of the process of winning. So.
Okay, right. I want to get a top down done quick because we might have a setup fairly quickly. The reason being is, see this 4 hour? This 4 hours broke below everything for me, and it's done a top wick, tap previous support, and now it's flipping to the downside, so that means we could come down to at least 2024, but we should be tapping 2024 would think at least these levels, so these are going to be our target. I just don't want this to go now. I will do a top down, guys, but just give me a second because I don't want us to miss this. The hours closed bearish back below, which is nice. What did it? Please, no, it didn't. Okay, this could drive now. That's the thing. Basically, if we get an hour close below here, we should be good, but I would prefer top wick, because do we get a top wick on a lower time frame? Basically, we've got to set up here, guys, so I haven't really done the top down yet because we're quite close to a trade. 8 minutes left for 15-minute closure. If we get a 15-minute closure back below, then we can probably get him from that, or I really would like a top wick. Top wick would be better from the 4 hour. Okay, so we've got 8 minutes to go, so let's do a top down then, and then I'm going to leave these on for now. No, I'll take this one off. Okay, let's do a quick top down. So we know the score with the monthly. Yeah, the monthly is just pulling back. We broke all the highs on the monthly, and then we pulled back. Now currently there is a minor range here, which we closed below. However, the body of the candle closed above all this mess here. So where are we going next? I don't know. I'm hoping the monthly can close back in the range. And what I mean by back in the range, I mean back below 1990.52. So if we can get that, might not happen on this monthly candle, but if we can get that either on this monthly or the next monthly, then we should be coming back down to 1849 levels, which would be nice really, because once you start getting all-time highs, it starts getting difficult to use previous data because you haven't got much to go off. Okay, so the monthly, we haven't had much of a top wick on the monthly, but we don't quite need one really, when we haven't tested the previous monthly wick, so we can come as far to test these levels. So we could come all the way down. So technically on the weekly, that is our target really there on the weekly. That's previous support. So see if we've already tapped it though with this candle, but see if we can get back down again. Sorry, on the monthly that was. On the weekly, we closed bearish, which is nice. We haven't had much of a top wick, and I would think you would need a top wick, or either this is going to flip to the upside. We haven't broke the lows yet on the weekly, and we haven't had much of a top wick on the weekly. So basically what I'm saying is this weekly candle can do anything. Can do anything at the minute. It can flip back up to create a steeper top wick, or can break the lows and carry on driving down. We don't know yet. But on the weekly, what do we want to see? Yeah, that's all we've got. That's the only data we've got. So currently we're still in that range on the weekly. Even though we closed bearish, we're still in this range. So therefore, where should we be coming? Well, this candle's got room to close respecting, and then the next one should be coming back up unless we get a closure below. Okay, so it's not a good position to be in really, like that. But okay, daily. So we closed bullish on Friday, doji bullish, and we still haven't closed bearish yet. So we've got 14 now. We've got a full day basically of this daily candle. Now tomorrow will be, if this daily candle closes like this, then tomorrow should be pretty good to come back down. You've got some direction at that point, but at the moment we haven't got anything because the dailies are bullish. Now did the daily break above that? You have got like a minor support here. Well, that's support. So we are looking like that. So we did close respecting, I would say. Close respecting, therefore you would imagine that this daily is going to end up being bearish. Now how far? That's the question. Is it going to pull back and then carry on the next day? Or are we going to carry on and drive? Because we haven't broke any lows as of yet. So again, we've got no direction really, because this can do anything. It should close bearish, I would think, but it could pull back and close bearish, or could drive. It's probably going to be on the lower time frames today. And then when I did have a little glance this morning, I noticed the 4-hour had closed below these levels. Okay. So therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be going to the next level, which is at least, it's at least 2020. Because if you look at these candles, when you get a forward close below here, where does price go? Well, it shoots through. This one didn't quite make it. Let's put that to there. So even when you come back in, you tap 2022. Forward close comes down, taps straight through. Close comes back down, taps. So they all come back down. Let's have a look at these areas. Straight through, forward close, comes back up. Can we get a wing back from here? That would be nice. Well, that might be potential wing back area, because you can see price closes below and then comes back up on the new 4 hour, taps, and then comes down and taps it. Straight back down, tap, straight through, tap. Is that the last area? Again, straight through, so that's all we've got. So I'm pretty confident the 4 hours should be coming down to 2021. So it's just a case of how do we get in. Now we've had a 2 hour nest play, break below, bullish candle, and now we're driving. Again, we've missed that one. Can we not just get a 30-minute? 15, out of the 15. So the 15's closing in 2 minutes. So if we get a 15-minute close like this, do we need a top wick? Let me have a look. It's the first 15 of the hour. I would prefer top wick. So if the 15 can close below this, let's have a look what price does. When we get a 15 close below there in 1 minute, what does price do? Well, you can get a fake out. So do we wait for a top wick? Again, fake out again. Fake out, fucking hell. Okay, we get quite a lot of fake outs here. Well, we don't really drive, do we? Sometimes we drive. Sometimes we come up for a top wick. Because we haven't had much of a top wick on the 4 hour yet. We've already come over here, done that. So if anything on the 15, we would need a close below this. That would be better to come down. And still you don't drive down. $15 close. You don't drive, do you? Let's have a look at the 30. So we haven't had a break. If we can get a 15 close below here, and then we come back up for a top wick. We haven't closed below yet. We get a lot of fake outs in this area, so we need a closure below here on the 15 if we're going to take it off the 15. But let's have a look at the 5 actually. What if we got a 5? We've got a 5 below there. Let's have a look. If we got a 5 below that, there is a area here. It's got to be at least 10 pips. That's the thing. So look, 5 fake outs. Fake out, fake out, fake out. Might have to be a higher time frame. 5. Okay, it's not too bad. But I would prefer a top wick. It's not on yet though, guys. We might have to go for a 30 if you get a 30 close in 15 minutes. Let's have a look what the 30s do. once you get a 30 close below here, what does price do? Straight through, straight through. Straight through, 30 close. Come and tap 2027. Close 2027. How much is that? 15. I mean, you could just go off the forward really, but it's just whether the forward is going to give you a steeper top wick. 30. So all the 30s come and tap. All of them tap 2027 at least. So that could be an area. We also get pullbacks to 2032s. 2032, or what is that area there? We get pullbacks to here. $2032's already been tapped. Is it going to come back up, or are we going to push to the next zone? Would that be on the forward? So that would make sense on the forward really. So basically, if we got a forward close like this, I would prefer a pullback to tap previous support. I mean, this is previous support technically, but this is a lot stronger support. So if we can get a 4 hour pullback to that, I'd much prefer that. I'd much prefer that. And if price is showing us that it's not breaking the lows yet, it means that the forward's going to pull back. And if that's the case, we would probably take a wing back from 2037. Forward close. Forward close. Forward close. You come back to 2037. Forward close. That's before tapping, so you can tap 2022. Forward close. Doesn't come back to 2037, but comes back to 2034. Forward close. It's back. Have we got any more? Forward close 2037, which we've sorry 2032, which we've already tapped, and then you come back down. We've tapped all this, so technically it's picked up liquidity here to drive down. So it could just drive down. It doesn't. You've had no top wick on this 4 hour. But do you need one? Because maybe this is the reason why it's picked up all the liquidity and then it's short. I think if anything the hour would be better, or if the 30 closes like this and we get a pullback, we can maybe get a sell stop underneath to come and tap 2026 at least. I think we've got to wait for this 30. I mean, look at the 15s now. This is what I'm on about, the 15s. You had a little breakout on the 15, but previous data has shown us that you can get loads of fake outs. And now look what the 15's doing. So if this 15 breaks back in, and you've had a fake out on the 15, but if we can get this 30 close, and then we get a top wick, we could look for a sell stop underneath, or a wing back sell from 2037, because that's the 4 hour pullback area, which would be much preferred. Let's see what the hours do actually. If we get an hour close, if we get an hour close below 2029 like this, hour close, you come up to 2037, and then you pull back down to 2032. 2037. Yeah, that'd be much preferred, that. Because like that. 9 pips. I think that'd be the one for me, guys. That's what I'd prefer. You probably don't even need that much either. 34 pips there. This could be higher actually as well. So you've got an entry here at 2038, and you've got an entry here at 2035. But I believe this has only happened once. Yeah, because we haven't been back up there yet. I mean, I might not get that high, that's the thing. Because we've done a liquidity grab up here. We've picked up all the liquidity. We've got enough fuel to drive past these levels. But we've just got to wait for the right closure, really. And it'd probably be an hour closure below. Oh, sorry, 30-minute closure below in 6 minutes. And then we get a top wick to rule out the fake out on the 30. That means the hour coming back in, closing respecting. Because if the hour closes respecting, you're probably gonna. That's gonna be the first sign of price reversal coming up to 2037. But I would much prefer wing back from 2038. Was it 2038? Yeah, 2038. The potential second entry at 2045. So let's see what this 30 does in 5 minutes. Let me get the chat set up, guys. 2 seconds. We're not buying or selling anything at the minute, mate. We're looking for a potential. Well, we are sort of more bearish because the daily's close respecting. Suraj. Good morning, Jonathan. You alright, mate? So we're waiting for a 30-minute closure below 2030. Then we need a top wick, and then we'll probably get a sell stop on to come down. But if not, we're looking for a wing back sell from 2038, and that would be the 1 hour and the 4 hour pulling back. If the 30 is probably going to initiate the move, whether this 4 is going to come and tap 2021, or whether this 4 is going to flip back up to pull back to create a steeper top wick. Now it doesn't need to create a steeper top wick really, but it just would be better. It would be better for us. UK, mate. The UK. Who have we got on Discord? Good morning, Paul. Steve Duffy! How are you doing, mate? Let me guess, you're out ready to go for 3 marathons in a row.
No, I'm not just now, no. I'll get the gym shortly. I've finished the school run, so I'm going to jump on. I've not been on for a bit, so it's good the kids are back at school now.
I know, mate, it's hard when they're off, like, because they're coming in, putting each other in headlocks and that.
2 weeks.
Yeah, back at school now, mate. Get back on it. But yeah, I mean, again, we're on TNS, so we're on YouTube as well now, Steve. So we're streaming on YouTube now. Yeah. Well, you're best off with TNS really, because you can at least ask questions and things like that.
Yeah.
I
I got the trade with the trade ideas this morning, so I caught that.
Oh, was the one in there? Did there?
Yeah, the euro, Canadian dollar.
Ah, right. I didn't take that. Was that play out then?
Yeah, so I take profit 2 hits, by 1 and 2, and then I got a sell on gold myself. So
Did you little bugger?
yeah, I just got that. It was just at 8 o'clock there. It's about $1,000.
Oh, really? Class, man.
So
Class.
yeah, that's my talent there. So
Is it?
good start.
That's it, mate. Just discipline, isn't it? Same thing every day. It just gets boring.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got there, because it just gets boring, really. That's why you've got to do something like this, like trade with people. You know. Otherwise, you just sat there waiting, staring at the charts for a setup, and then it just makes it a bit more tempting to press sell. But yeah. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, it was good. It was really, really quiet. Hardly really did anything.
Do you know what? That was the same.
Good just to chill out.
Yeah. It's nice just to chill, I think. Nice just to chill, man.
That usual feeling in between Christmas and New Year, you don't know what day it is. You're just,
Yeah.
you're eating far too much.
Yeah. I know, I've had loads, mate. I've put loads of weight on.
I don't even want to check, but
I never do. I never do check me. Never weigh myself when out. I just sort of try and read my body, how I feel, and if I feel minging,
Yeah.
then I'm like, I need to get a grip.
Because of the weather up here, it's been really frosty, so I've not been out on the bike much for this training, so I'm hoping that changes, and then and I've just been getting to the gym better.
Yeah.
Keep the head clear.
That's it, man. That's it. I've got a bit of light now. Morning, Snipper. You alright, buddy? So 45 seconds for a 30-minute close here. So, as long as we don't fill that range. I'm just thinking where it stops. I do want to pull back, guys. I want to pull back to tap at least previous support, which is 2030. 15. I don't know whether I like this, because I would much prefer an hour close, because the hour hasn't broke out yet. So the hour is still in this range here. And you haven't had much of a top wick on this. Now, I know I keep saying we don't need much of a top wick because of this. But I would think you'd come and tap at least 2038. But are you going to come down to tap 2021 first before coming back up to 20? And it's going to be one of them days where either way it's going to tap these two areas. But which one's going to get tapped first? So what's the 30 done? So we've had a 30-minute close out. Let's have a look, see if this goes. Now, I need to pull back to at least 2030 to even look at it. What did the 15 do? Oh, you got a 15-minute nest play there. Okay, so stand by. Where would stops be here? So it would be like a sell stop underneath. Now the stops are massive. See, you'd have to have stops. Don't even like the stops. Stops would have to be around there, because you'd need to give it room to get to this wing back area. Ideally, stops would be above 2046, but they're just too big. That'd be too big for me. 170 pip stops. I mean, these 130 pip stops. Don't know whether I like this range, guys. Don't think that's any good for me. I'll probably play out this as well. Let's see if we give a decent pullback. Because normally we could bring stops a bit closer. The reason being we could bring it closer if the hour had broke. If the hour had closed below, We could bring stops closer. But we haven't had that. So for me, a higher time frame, you need a higher time frame break, right? And then you go from that. We haven't had that. We've had the 4-hour break, okay? But we just want confirmation on the hour. That's all it is, and we haven't had that yet. But yeah, I mean, could we get away with stops there? The issue you've got here is if you do get tagged in and you do start coming, you're coming up to 2038. It's just whether you can avoid getting stopped at that point. You'd need some clearance, so you'd be looking at 130 pips. But then you've got to say to yourself, well, is it worth that then? 2036, 2037. Please let me be. I don't know if I can take that, guys. They're too big for me. Them. I'm probably gonna have to wait for an hour close. But you have got you've got a valid trade here. You've had a 15-minute nest play. You've had a 30-minute breakout. You've had a 4-hour breakout. But you just haven't had an hour breakout. So you're missing one really. I mean, there's times where you don't need them all. But I just want to rule out this top wick on the 4. Because I do believe the 4-hour can come back to 2038. There's 2 hours left of this 4-hour. So the first 2 hours of this 4-hour was bullish. Then we closed bearish. And then if we got another bearish closure on the 4-hour, that means you're going into the last hour of the 4. That's confirmation that the 4-hour is going to drive to the downside. You're not going to get the middle 2 hours of the 4-hour bearish, and then the last one fully bullish. So I would much prefer a wing back sell from 2038. So I think I'm going to wait for this this hour to close. But don't have any FOMO. I mean, it's still a valid trade, this, but it's not 100% for me. So don't have any FOMO, because this 30 could easily flip to the downside and drive. Okay. Nice pullback to 2033 would be good. We're at 30. So when the 30 closes, what does the 30s do after that? So they either drive through or it pulls back to 2031. Can we not take a trade from 2031? So we get 30 close. We push down a tad. We didn't break the lows though, did we? And then we pull back. 2031. Could we not take a trade from 2031? What's this? There's 10. What is that? Oh, the 30. Look, it's going to flip and drive here, watch. Flip and drive. The 15. 9 minutes left of the 15 minutes. So if this 15 minute flips now, should it drive? Well, it should do, shouldn't it? It's just the stops I don't like, guys. I don't like the stops because this range here, right? This is a valid trade, but this range here, if you come back into this range, you don't trickle up like this. You fly up. You fly up. So that means you're going to have to cover this range. But then if you're going to cover this range and you have your stop here, you've got a chance of getting stopped. So then you need to cover the next range. So you're looking at there, and then that's what, 170 pips stops. So then you've got to say to yourself, well, what do you risk? Is it worth the trade? Because you think we're going to be targeting. There's 21 pips there, so that's what my take partial move to break in would be here. That's where price tends to tap. But on the 4 hour, yes, it's 2021. I mean, if we got a 5 back down, could we take an entry off a 5? Okay, it might be a fast one, this, guys, right? And a bit more of an aggressive one. Because what we might do is, if we can get a 5 break in the lows, and then we get a top wick, we'll enter on the top wick. So it's a wing back, but off a lower time frame 5. And then what we do is, we will either get out on the 5. If that 5 flips and drives, fantastic. We'll move to safety pretty quickly, more aggressively. But if that 5 closes back in the range, on the pullback of the next 5, we get out. So it's all called off 1 5-minute candle. So that's something what we can look at as well. So let's see how these 5s close. If not, then we're taking a wing back from 2038. Oh, look at the 5 now. Because I'm thinking if we need to drive, if we're going to drive back up to the upside, you would think you're going to have to break the lows. And this is the low here. We haven't broke the low yet. So are we going to break the lows first and then come up? Or do we need more liquidity in order to break the lows? So therefore we need to break the highs to break this low. So we need to come up in order to come down. Yeah, I've had a lovely nest play on the 15. Is this 5 closed? 1 minute for this 5. I want to see how this 5 closes, guys. Because if we're going off a 5 minute, we can have stops closer, you see. It will be a fast ball this, so 50 pips, that's not bad, that. Okay. Right, he's a 5 minute close now. Now if he can just get a top wick, where do we need a top wick from? If we can get a top wick, tap in 2029. Is this 5 close below? This 5's got to close below though. No, that doesn't even give us a top wick. See if this 5 can flip back up to the upside. So what's this? 15 flip. 5. Look at that 15. Pure nest play coming on here. See if this 5 doesn't drive. Please let me be. It's because we haven't had that hour break yet. I'd really prefer that hour break out. Because this hour can pull back at any point. If it wants to. Any minute. Got 4 minutes left for a 15 as well. Is this 15 going to drive? $16 pips. We just need a nice closure below 2028, and then we can get in on this. Because that's if we don't tap 2028. But this can easily just power down now, which it might do. Look at these signals. Excuse me.
Morning, Pete. How you doing, mate?
Good morning, Martin. Good morning, mate. How are you doing? We're close to a trade, Martin.
Not so bad. Right, I'll leave you with it.
We're close to a trade, mate, so get ready for it. Get ready. We're just waiting for a 5-minute close. Close below here. Ah, it's gone. It's gone. As soon as I said close. Please let me. That 15 broke the lows again now on the 15. Got an hour close. Now, if the hour closes like this, then if we can work out where we should be coming to tap 2025. So as long as the hour doesn't drive and calms its tits on the pullback, we can just look to get in to come down to 2025 because all the hours tend to tap. Well, they tap at least 2027. But 2025, yeah. So that would be the one, really. Come on, calm down. Calm down. I just don't like stops. Stops. Because if we're going off the hour, you might get a top wick breaking all the highs before coming down. Therefore, you're going to have to use these as stops. It's probably what I prefer, actually, if we're using the hour. Yeah, we'd have to do that, guys. Have to be like 10 before. One minute left for a closure. This is nice. This is nice. We haven't got an advantage point there though, have we? 6, 7. We just get a top wick on the 5. See, we don't know if we're entering up here or whether it's going to be a sell stop, so you're going to have to just bear with us. As long as this candle doesn't bloody drive and calms down. Stop loss. The target is the 2021. 30 seconds, guys, for the closure. 20. TP1. Three. Okay, 5-minute close is happening now. See if we can get a top wick. So stand by. If we can get a top wick to here. Oh shit, I haven't sent this. Come on. A little pullback. I'm not in yet, guys. I'm just waiting for a little pullback. If we can do, we're going to enter. Six pips, come on, calm down, because this is a 15-minute close as well. I would much prefer 15. Going into the last 15 of the hour. If not, we'll go off the hour. Please let me be. We're close, we're close. And it'll be off the 5, so here we go. Can we push up? We've got to have 10 pips where we know if this candle flips, it's gonna flip and drive. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get a sell stop actually underneath. Sell stop. If we push further up, I'm gonna move the sell stops closer. Because if this 5 flips and drives now, it's going to come to at least 2027. I will be going to break even at 2027 though. And if we do push higher up, it might be a case of entering. So just hang fire. Because looking at previous data as well, the 5s actually, from what I remember, the 5s are not the best. Because look, you can get all this here. We don't even make it down there on the 5s. And did we close below this? We still tapped it though. This is what I'm saying. The reason why you've got to take partial. Look, we didn't actually break below that. Remember, we're in the last 15 of the hour now, so we simply just need an hour close below. 5s, not all the 5s. When we close respect in this area, we come back to 2030. This is where our wing back's going to be on. Yeah, I would much prefer that wing back area. You might not quite make 2038 though. Sorry, 2031. Please let me be. See what this 5 does. So we've had another nest play on this 5. It didn't actually close in the range yet. So we just need a 5-minute close below. Now the only thing I am cautious of now is this 5. No top wick, it's opened up. This could easily come down, activate us, and then still flip to the upside. Because we're still bullish, but we didn't close back in. You have got minus support here now. So as long as we can close bearish and break the lows on the 5, we should be good. If not, we should be coming back up to 2031, and we'll look for an entry at 2031. Please let me be. The wick entry would have been better. See, if the candle had opened up and pushed up first with no bottom wick, we were looking at a wing back entry off the 5-minute, and that's probably where we would have got in at here. And then all you would do is, as you come back down, you'd move to safety fairly quickly because the candle's closed bullish. But if it had flipped and drove, fantastic. But now that's closed bullish, that would be your sign to sort of, okay, like, just get out of this just in case. So what have we got? We've got the 15. It's done as top wick. Is this the 15 going to drive? If the 15 is going to drive, it should be driving fairly with this 5-minute candle really. But we've had no top wick on this 5, so I would prefer top wick on this 5, and then we go. Just rules it out coming back up. 30 is still bearish. The hour. It's looking like we're going to get an hour breakout, which is fantastic, because if we get a pullback, we can look for another entry. We've got 8 minutes left of this hour, so it's pretty close for a trade with the hour. See if we can get down. This is why we've got to be aggressive with this entry. This take partial move to break, and I've been activated now, guys. So I'm in on this Yeah, literally there. So all we need is a 5-minute close below. 3 minutes left of this. Now I know this 5 can still flip. However, I also know that the hour, if the hour breaks below, we're probably going to get a pullback on the hour. So it might mean more drawdown. That's if we don't get down to 2027 first. I'm hoping we can get down to 2027 on this hourly candle, and then we get the pullback. But we will see. If not, the new hour might open up, pop down first, and then start making its way. I don't think it's quite 10, but we've still got to go risk-free. 9 pip, not too bad, not too bad. Can this 5 break the lows? It hasn't brought the lows yet. Now, if you can't handle these lower time frames, all you can do, if you think about that, you had a forward breakout. The forwards, all the forwards, come and tap 2021. So you could just take the trade off the forward. You would have been more in profit at the minute, but technically the the forward should be coming down to tap 2021. Whether it's this 4 hour or the next one, within this hour 4 hour or the next 4 hour, you should be coming down to tap 2021 anyway. But it's just whether you're going to get a pullback, because I do think you're probably going to get another pullback. So, but the lower time frames is showing us that we're pushing down first. That's what it's looking like at the minute. As long as we get that hour breakout, so the hour close like this, and that's the sign that the next hour should pop down. Really, it means the forward is going to push first. We just need a 5 close below, and we should pop to the next zone. 18 seconds. This is nice, nice. I'm probably going to take 75% out, because the likelihood of us getting stopped is probably high with the next 4 hour. So I'm going to be taking 75% of the trade out, and then I'll let the rest rock if we can get down there. But I do think you're probably going to get a pullback off the next hour. No bottom wick on this 5. Yeah, we don't like that, do we? We don't like that, because we could just wait for the hour to close and then get a pullback and get a sell stop underneath, or look for a wing back from the hour. That's what we could do. I mean, one big pushing candle, because you can come down to 2025 as well. They do tend to come down to 2025, so whether you go risk free at our zone and then take partial at 2025, that's something that you could do as well, but you'd have to go risk free. Yeah, the 5s can come down there, like. They do tend to pull back a bit though. That's what it's doing now, isn't it? Yeah, so we can pull back to 2028 if we need to. This one didn't quite make it. Yeah, look, it is quite a strong zone here, see what I mean? 2027, that's what I'm saying, you really need to go to safety. 2027, because price can reverse from here. Reverse, and look where it came up to. Remember, our stops are up here. Are they up here? 2038. No, they're not. I'm sorry, my bad. Stops are up here. So you would be safe anyway. But yeah, still, you're going to go into drawdown. But I am looking at another entry from either 2031 or definitely 2038 would be nice. Can this 5 flip to the downside? 2 minutes left. So what you can do as well, because the hour's going to break out anyway, so you should be fine. But it just means, is the new hour going to open up, pull back, and then flip to the downside, some more drawdown? So you've got to, it's all about, with trading, it's all about risk and working out, right, how can I get out if it's going wrong? You know, what's my sign where, right, I need to get out because it's not playing out, it's not what I want. That's where you've got to just look at price really and go, okay, once you break above a certain area on a certain time frame, that's my sign to get out. But you want to get out in the best possible shape, don't you? So for example, on Friday we actually took a 0.2% loss, which is tiny, yeah. But if you watch back that live, the loss we took, price would have went into a lot. The reason I closed out there is because I knew that if price did go into the next zone above, you were going to go deep into drawdown and news was coming. But it was 100% trade. The trade was fantastic. It's a really good trade. I would take it every day. But we had to get out because we knew news was coming. It was NFP. And we got out at the best possible place we could, really.
Something got out.
Oh, did you not? Oh, you stayed in, didn't you, all the way through? Yeah, you did alright, didn't you? Yeah, mate, I've done that before though, stayed in for news.
Oh, very risky.
Very risky. And I just wouldn't do it again.
No, it's well, it's one of those things that, like you say, it's either going to go in your favour or it's not.
Yeah.
And that's enough to blow a count. So you've got to be very careful.
What is this hour doing now? Hour's closing 30 seconds. So is this hour going to pop down or is this hour going to pop? 5's closing nicely now. So we ideally want this. We want this hour to push down first, but it might pull back. See how this hour opens. What did the 5 do? Okay, 5 still closed respecting. 5 still closed. It's a new hour now, guys, so remember we might get some drawdown. We will see, we will see. So if the hour's closed like that, oh, no bottom, no top wick there on that hour. We don't like no top wick. Because the price pushes down first with no top wick, it's a sign that, okay, the hour could flip. We want to see where this hour's closed. So there is an hour support here, but still you tap 2027. Did we close below that? We didn't. So we've closed respecting that minor support, but still you should tap 2027. But other than that, a lot of the hours come down to 2025. Or are we going to drive through? Look, close respected, and then we came all the way back up to 2033. We just gotta be careful because look what's happened here. So the hours closed respecting. The new hour actually powered all the way back up. What time was that? That was midnight. Powered all the way back up to 2031. But the majority of them, the majority of the hours, they all come through really. They all come down to 2025. So the odds are pretty good in our favour really, but it's just whether we pull back first. That's the only thing. Trying to see if we can get where would the hour go if we pull back. Where can we get another entry at? Reality. So we'd close respecting. Ah, look, this is what we're getting here. Look, this is it. So we still tapped it, didn't we? We didn't actually quite tap it, and then we came back. Where did we come back to? We came back to 2032. So if we can get a pullback to 2032, and then we came down and tapped 2027. So 2032 would probably be another entry. For me, that's if we don't tap 2027 now and we pull back, we'll probably look for another entry at 2032 for a wing back sell. Come back down. Because in order to power up, I think we need to tap at least 2025, but you're probably likely going to tap 2021 if you're going to power up, and we haven't tapped any of them zones yet. I just don't like how we're not driving though. That's all we've got for now, isn't it? Reality. Is this the flip back to the down? Look, we've got a top wick on the hour now. Fantastic. Now, are we free to drive? Is the hour going to power through? It'd be nice if it does. So we need a 5-minute closure back into this range here. Is that even a range there? I think there was a little 5-minute, wasn't there? Okay, we have got a little 5-minute range here. What's this? What is this? 14 seconds. Can we get a close below that? It's only a minor range. We sort of need one candle to break the highs again, and then that'll be the one that pushes down. No top wick on the 5. So everything's still showing that we're pushing down because nothing's closed back above yet. Not even the 5 minutes. Close back into the range. We're still respecting this minor support here. 5 minutes are not really that much difference really. It's a sort of 15 onwards, and the 15 we're still bearish. Still bearish on the 15. mm. 15. Where did we pull back to? We actually pulled back to 2029. I'm not sure we've pulled back to that area yet, have we? Have we pulled back to that area yet? No, we haven't. So this is us doing it. This is what I'm saying. We need to sort of break the highs again one more time in order to push down. Nice big 5 pushing. Do you know what? That would be another entry. Let me have a look at this. You need one 5-minute candle to break the highs, and that'll initiate the push down. If we can tap 2030, we're probably likely going to tap 2030 or 2029. There's 2 areas there where the 5s can tap. 2030 is looking unlikely, most likely though. Can we not get another entry in 2030? The price wants to push back up. Is that the hour? That's the hour support. I am interested in another entry at 2030, you guys. Let me just have a look at this hour though. It's only this I don't like, really, this. If we can get back to 2032. Do we have to break the laws again to drive? More like that, aren't we? There's a little zone at 2030 where the 5s come and tap before pushing back down. So I was thinking about taking an entry, but then again, sometimes the price can power through and push to the next zones. So I just don't want to. There's no point taking another trade close, you see. But I mean, if you think about it on the hour, you've had an hour breakout. Now this is just price tapping previous support here. So can we just take that? Nice big 5 pushing can, that's lovely that. Can this 5 flip? We ideally want this 5 to flip. So our get out would be probably the hour breaking back above, really. If the hour breaks back above 2030 on the pullback, we look to get out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can this flip? That is the key. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. This would have worked out, this 5, but I can't. When it's close like this, there's no point. There's no point taking another entry when it's close. You don't want 2 entries too close together, ideally. You want it to give you some advantage. But I mean, this will probably play out this as well. 15 close in 4 minutes. Now, I would think you would need to break this low if we want to drive up. So is the new 15, if this 15 closes bullish, and even if it closes back into the range, is then the new 15 going to come down, break all the lows, and then flip to the upside? Can we not take a wing back buy from 2027 if we're turning bullish? We can't, because the 4 hour hasn't hit its target, the 1 hour hasn't hit its target. So we couldn't look at that actually. If you don't like the trade, guys, you've got to start identifying when to get out. When can you get out? So if you think about this 15, the 15 is probably going to give you the pullback, or the 5s are going to give you a pullback to break even before driving back up. So by all means, you can close a break even. But you've got to think logically. Look at the candles. What are you seeing? So at the minute, we haven't seen anything close back above the ranges. Not even, well, actually this 5 is the only thing. This 5's the only thing what's closed back up. But it hasn't even broke back above this man of support here. So at the minute, everything is still bearish. Everything. So I'm acting upon what I see, not what I think's going to happen, not what I feel. Now with these 5s, so you're back to break even now. All we need is a bearish 5-minute close. That's all we need really, and that should initiate the push down. But it is a bit of aggressive move this, because I am going to risk free. As soon as we tap 2027, I'm risk free. But again, if you don't like the trade, now's the time to get out. So you've had one chance to get out of the trade if you don't like it. But you've got to understand, guys, like drawdown is part of it. Really, it's part of it. Yes, there's trades where we don't get any drawdown, or you might have 1 pip, 2 pip drawdown, especially with wingbacks. You know, you don't get much drawdown when you're using wingbacks, but trading's part of it. You can never always catch the initiation of the move. Yeah, you've got to accept that sometimes you're going to get drawdown. We had an hour close, but it's a breakout. But you know that hour's going to give you a pullback. Yeah, so you know you're going into drawdown, and in a way you sort of need that pullback first. So if you did enter, you sort of want that drawdown in order for the candle to flip. Now if we can get a 5-minute close below, it might be good to get down to 2025, because you think we've come back up, picked up some liquidity. So if we can power past here, and we know it's an area which can power straight down to 2025. So if we powered straight down to 2025, it might mean when we go to risk free, we get some flyers, and we don't actually get, we survive the pullback basically. That's if we get that, but we need a 5-minute bearish close. Yeah, because you can power through really. Okay, we've had that 5 close now. Lovely close. You didn't close below. Let's see if the next 5 can. Because what's that? Because that's the 15 done its top weight. Oh, it's a new 15-minute candle. Okay. So why are we not driving then? We've done a liquidity grab now. This 15 has to drive now. See if this 15 can break the lows. I don't like when it trickles down like this. Come on, baby. Can we get down? Can we get down? I would have preferred the 5 to close below mine, because we've closed respect in this little area, but we still are bearish, and we've picked up some liquidity now. So hopefully that's the liquidity grab. So let's say price is pushing down, it's run out of fuel, needs to pull back to refuel. The further pullback, it means the further the distance we can go next. So we've pulled back, we've tapped 2030 because we've struggled to break these lows here. So now, is this enough fuel for us to get past here? That's what we're saying. Is this enough fuel to get past? I had a lovely latte this morning. I think if you look back at all the live streams, what you'll see is me saying on every one, "Oh, I had a lovely latte this morning." You are?
It's the little things in life.
That's it, isn't it? That's it. I remember seeing a little advert saying, It was like a motivation one said, if you just cut out having that coffee in the morning, you will lose any little last joy you have in life. So fuck it. So fuck it. Have that coffee. Something like that. It is, isn't it?
Well, I've had two
Goodness.
coffees.
Have
You're
you?
telling me
Oh, I wouldn't have two, like.
travel mug.
Yeah. I wouldn't have two. My appendix wouldn't be able to handle it.
Oh. Well, I'm bursting on live trading.
Yeah. Come on, baby, get down. I have a latte first, and then I just have teas for the rest of the day, really.
Yeah.
Panads. Nice panad a day. If we can just pop past this here, little pop. I do feel that if we pop past this wick, we're gonna pop to the next zone, which is 2025. But I'm still going risk-free, guys, on this 2028 zone. Come on, these signals away, don't I? Right. Come on, baby, get down. I need to sort me song list out. So when we win a trade, we have something like the Paw Patrol, pow pow pow, or pop pop pop. Sorry, pop pow pow pow, pop pop pop. Pow would be better, I would think, though. So it'd be pop pop pop. And then we could have a song, get down, or I'm free falling.
Free falling's a good one.
Free falling is a good one. You gotta be careful YouTube though, because they're bloody copyrighting that. They cut your streams off, don't they? They don't let you have them on. I played the Pogues around Christmas and that stream. It's not on there. It's the bugger. With a pop pop. Okay, we're close to risk free now. Now, if we ideally need a 5 close. There you go. I'm going risk free. I'm now risk free. I've not took any partial. We're going to get a 5 close. You can by all means take some partial if you want. I'm actually going to take. It's not much for me because stops are big. We might, if we can survive this top wick now on this 5, right? We should be good to drive. I can't take a partial, you guys. Not much here. We might not survive this top wick. We might not survive. I mean, you've had another 5 break below, to be honest with you. Come on, baby, get down. If you want to leave stops for now, you can do, because you've had a 5 break below, to be honest with you. So let's just see what this 5 does. If this 5 comes up, I've actually left stops where they are, because what I'm going to do is if this 5 breaks back into the zone, I'll just get out at break even. But I'm trying to see if this 5 can drive to 2025, because remember, we can power back up from here because we've tapped this zone now. With a pop pop pop. Yeah, you've tapped it, so you've now got liquidity from the downside in order to push back up. We really need this 5 to be the one more flips, really. You broke this little man of support as well. Can this 5 flip and drive? Come on, get down. Flippage. Oh, we've had a 1 minute close back up there. If we get back down to the zone, I'm just going to take 50%. Sorry, I'll take I'll take 50% from it, just so I'm getting some in. Because we're probably going to get stopped by the looks of it. Hopefully we won't. Now the best thing to do now would be to go risk free. So it's your call, guys. It's your call. Can we just survive this top wick off the 5? Come on, baby. Come on. Is the hour going to drive? Therefore, is the 4 going to drive? The 4 technically should be coming to 2021. And you could have just took the trades off 4 and just walked away from the charts. Really. It's all on that. It's all on this 5 minute. We need this 5 minute to stay in this zone or flip. If this 5 flips, definitely going to risk free. Okay. Come on, can we get the flip? What's 1 minute doing? Can we get the flips? Flippage. I just need to see a black candle to go risk free. Come on, baby. Come on. You know you want to. It's like it's brewing up, ready for it. There you go, guys. I'm going risk free now. If it comes back up, it's going to want to push past that wick if it does. But I'm risk free. I've not took any. I haven't took any partial. I'm just risk free. See if this 5 can flip. There's 1 minute left of it. Because if it does push back up now, it means the last minute the 5's probably going to close back into the zone. At that point, I'm not interested. Come on, can the 1 minute? Ooh, I'm out, guys. I've been stopped at break even. How was that stopped me at break even there? That 1 minute's popped up. No way. How bad was spread on that there? I've actually been stopped from this here. How's that?
The spread went to like
Fucking
45 there for a second.
What the fuck happened there, like? What the hell happened there? Is anyone still in?
Yeah, I'm in.
It's that there stopped me out. I don't know how that stopped me out.
Like you say, it's been sitting at like, well, gone up to 38 there, but it went to 45 on the spread for
Did it?
like a split second.
Why has it done that? Oh, you're gonna get stopped anyway, you guys, I think. Okay, I didn't even take any partial there. I got $8. $8, fantastic. Okay, so what does this mean now then? I mean, technically, TP1 is hit, but 2027. What time are we on? I'll probably look for another trade, guys. We'll see if we can get another one because I haven't caught anything yet. We should be coming down to 2021, but it's whether we get that pullback first. I would really like the pullback. 5. Wasn't a huge range. Look, this is 5's flipped again, hasn't it? Pure done here. Right, okay. I'm gonna leave that on for now though, in case people are still in it. So if you see what's happened, the 5's just broke the wick. That probably would have caught you out at that point. But you're still good to drive, really. But whether it's going to do it, I don't know why it's not driving. And the issue we've got here is, well, we know why it's not driving because this here, this is an area where price can literally power back up from, and I'll show you shortly. So if we look left, yeah, can go from there. But yes, we've tapped 2025. So I was hoping it just to pop down 2025. That's what I was hoping for with this next 5 minute candle, but it hasn't happened. So therefore we're struggling to break the lows now. So does that mean now we're going to start seeing something like where were them zones at? Where we tap it and we pull away and we're straight away all the way back up. Here we are, here's them zones. So look, we tap it and then we pull away all the way back up. Tap it, pull away. That's why I was a bit aggressive on the break even, because it is an area where price can just power back up from. But also sometimes, you know, you can come straight through to 2025, but we haven't quite done that. I would think you'd be doing that now. If you think about it, if you don't just power through, why don't you just power through? Why didn't this candle or this one carry on powering through? Well, it's because we're based when you start struggling and you're not powering through, it means because you need more liquidity. So this liquidity grab, bear in mind it didn't break any highs, was enough to get past this. But because you didn't break any highs, you haven't refueled that much, therefore you've only got to here. But now you're struggling to break here, so what do you need to do? You need to come back up. Now ideally, I would think you're going to have to break the highs in order to get past this. So can we not look for wing back sells from 2031? That is a zone where price can pull back to. That's probably all I'm after now, because unless we get a higher time frame break below these levels, and that'll be the drive. Which, what would I want to see really? See, this is what happens when it trickles down. I hate when it trickles like this. 15-minute close. So the 15th closing doji. So we've had a first. Oh shit, let me just write this down as a break even trade, won't I? Get rid of this now. If you're still in this, well, you shouldn't be in this now, you should be out at break even. But it's just whether you took partial here. You could have. I think I peaked about just shy of $500. I'd have to watch it back. So I could have took some partial there, to be honest with you. But it happened so fast as well, didn't it? It sort of popped down and then. Let's get rid of this now. We'll see if we can catch another one, guys. Because look, this is what we didn't want to see. So the 5's closed back into the range. So another sign of price moving back in. So that's confirmation that we haven't got, this wasn't enough liquidity to push past. So therefore, what price might do, if it comes up and doesn't break any highs and then comes back in, that'll be a sign that it's not going to drive down. It's probably going to do the same as this one, where you just create a new low. So you might just go like break a low and then come back and then trickle down like that. And it's just, all these are just refuels to push past. But when you get a big pop up and then a flip, that's when you can really drive. But it's Monday, guys, so I hope you all caught some profit from that trade. But we've had a 15-minute close now with no top wick. Ooh, this is interesting here. 30-minute no top wick. 2 hour. 2 hours bullish. 3 hours bearish, close respecting. 4 hour. Do you know what? If the forward close respecting somewhere, or the hour, because the hour did close respecting. Oh my god, could we not just take a buy stop? This 30's got no top wick. This 30 is probably going to flip to the upside. Got a little 30-minute range here. You've tapped this area now, you see, so we know we can push back up. so close to taking a buy above. Because if you think about it, the odds of coming back up are pretty high. I'm thinking about a buy stop above here. Because you're probably going to want to come and break the highs now if you're coming back up on this 30, but we need to confirm if the hours close respecting. If the hours close respecting, there's only these two areas where the hour closes like this. So does that mean the hour is now going to flip to the upside? Because this hour what we're on is pushed down. It's created a top wick already. If it didn't have a top wick, even better, but it's created a top wick now. And then it's pushed down, broke the lows, so that's why it's difficult. What do we want to see? If we get an hour close, we've got 26 minutes for now. What about 30? If we get a 30-minute close below 2028, can we not just take another 30 entry? Let's get rid of this. Let's tap that now. Down to 2025, because all the 30s come to 2025, really. Oh, God, it's really struggling. It's going to have to come back up. That's what I'm saying. I was interested in a buy. Back up. Okay, now stops would only need to be the low as well. See how these fives close here. Because is this 15 going to drive? Do we need to break the lows again? So what's happened here is, before price moves somewhere, you'll get one candle what pops up or down, the opposite direction basically, and then that'll initiate the move. So if you notice, price was all here. Yeah, these are the wicks here. It didn't break this low. And if you watch back the stream, I said you've got to break the lows again in order to come up. Hence we knew price was going to get hit on our target. One candle pops down and flips and closes bullish. This one candle is the initiation candle for the move back up. And that's what tends to happen. And then what will happen is, as price comes up in whatever area here, or if it comes further, you'll get the same on lower time frames. So you'll get candles where they'll all wick to a certain area, and then you'll get one candle will pop up, break all them highs, and then that candle will flip and close bearish, and then that'll be the initiation to come down. That's what. So if you're aware of that now when you're trading, just start watching it and you'll see one candle pop out. I was close to a buy stop above here, guys, but I just want to confirm with the hour. If the hour can close doji, and then we get another pop down with no top wick, we can probably take it off the hour, because there is a minor support here where the hour's closed, but the majority of the time they do just drive through. So we just got to confirm. So I'll be on till at least 10 o'clock anyway. So we will see. We will see. 2 hour, 3 hour, 4. The best setup today though is that wing back. That wing back from 2038. So it'd be very interesting to see how this forward closes. Because if this forward closes doji or bullish, you're gonna have an S play, and then this wing back would be on, because you're more likely to pop back up to grab it to then flip. But if we get a forward close below in 23 minutes, it's probably confirmation you're going to come down to tap 2021, and then the pullback probably wouldn't be as big. The pullback will probably be till 2034 areas, because if you look left, you had a forward break below, and then the next 4 actually only came to 2031 and then flipped. So we can potentially look at that. But if not, it works its way back up to 2033, and then it does the move. So is this something what we're going to get? So 2031 could be on. But that's after. See, this 4 hours tapped it. This 4 hour doesn't tap it. Then where do you come? And this one does. So we haven't tapped 2021. If you look at all the 4 hours, the majority of the time when you get a close below here, I believe every 4 hour taps 2021. But if this 4 hour hasn't drove, why hasn't it drove? Liquidity. It means the new 4 hour is probably going to give you a good pullback and then go. Or what it might do, it might open up, pop down first, because actually price wants to start moving back up. So pop down, pick liquidity up, and then go. So the new 4 hour could just pop straight down to 2021 and then go. So, and the reason why we're literally buys ourselves, well, we're not really buys really because we're still heavily bearish, but the thing is, you could technically buy up to these wing back areas, and you like that because the daily, remember the daily's bullish, but you've closed respecting, so you know this daily's probably going to close bearish. But how big's the bearish candle going to be? Are we going to close back up here? Are we going to close below this? Are we going to close doji? Are we going to flip? Are you going to come and break all the lows on the daily? We don't know. Until price does it. So I do believe tomorrow will be a lot easier. You had a nice nest play on the 2 hour. Morning, Mr. Hankin. How are you? Morning, Dear Mouse. Rhyme. Yeah, it was a BE, mate. Well, it was a BE for me, but I mean, it was a take partial move to break even. So if you took part, you could have took partial if you wanted to. I didn't want to. I wanted it to flip and drive because stops were so big for me. So the value of the lot wasn't the best. So it's just a break even. So it's not a bother. So we're looking for another entry, mate. How are you, Mr. Hankin? Morning, Day Mouse. Some good names on YouTube, isn't there? We've got Rhyme Wi-Fi, class name. Right. What is this 1 hour gonna do? Is this 1 hour going to make its way back up like this? Because if the hour closes bullish, right? If the hour closes bullish, but we're still bearish on the 4 hour, that means the 4 hour is going to close bearish, and the 1 hour is closed bullish. So what that means is, the next hour it's going to pop up, and that'll be the pullback on the 4 hour, and then probably the first 2 hours of the 4 hour are going to be bullish, and then the next two will be the ones where the candle flips, and that'll be the 4 hour pulling back and then the 4 hour flipping to the downside. So if we know this, then we know that we're going to get another 2 bullish candles on this hour, and then how far back is the 2 bullish candles going to come? Where can we reach before the turn? And this is where you've got to look at, okay, well, it's normally previous support, so here's the previous support, and then we've got a more prominent support at 2038. So could we look at an entry at 2031 with a second entry at 2038, and then all we would do is we take the profit down from 2038 down to 2031 if that's the turning point. So we don't know if price is going to turn here, or are we going to come up and turn here, because remember what I said at the start of the call, from here to here it's quite a fast zone. Price can just power straight through this. That's why we needed stops so high, and that's why the value of that them pips there were pretty low. But and if we can work out where price is coming to, we can just sort of exploit that, can't we? And then that's where in these little areas you get your 5 minutes, one candle will just pop up, break the high, and that'll initiate the move. pure price action trading. The trade IDs have been unreal. Have you been taking all the trade IDs, Steve?
I missed just the first week.
Ah, right.
From the 2nd of January.
Ah, the first week of... Yeah. Okay.
I had them all in December.
Yeah.
Absolutely flying.
Yeah, they're really good, mate. It's all that. It's like... It is pretty good, like... What are we going to do here? 16 minutes. We're best off just waiting for this hour close. Look at that doji candle there. So there is a minor support here. I'll tell you what we'll do, guys. Let's do... I normally do this with a 4 hour anyway. Let's clear our chart. We'll do another top down. Because we've got a new... When we get a new 4 hour, I do normally do this anyway. So we'll just do another top down from the 4 hour. And then we'll try and work out where we want the 4 hour to close. And what's best for us. Okay, so we know the forward already broke out. Let's try the. There's the forward zone there. Yeah, that probably suits better. So we know the 4 hour had broke out. Okay. Now, where's the next zone on the 4 hour? That's what we've got to say. Where's the next zone on the 4 hour? So, for me, the next zone on the 4 hour is, let's have a look. Where does price tend to go with the next 4? So I would probably say there. So we get a push down, you come back up, you tap. To be honest, we're gonna have to go a bit closer because yeah, I've got this little area here. So and what we're trying to work out is the higher. Steve, can you just mute yourself, mate? Because I'm repeating.
Sorry, mate.
Cheers, mate. So all we're trying to do is we're trying to work out every time we get a closure below, where does it go? And the higher the probability, the better. So if 100% of the time, if you get a close below 2033, and then you tap 2021, 100% of the time, your odds are pretty good. And that's all what trading is. It's an odds game. You know, you're going to place that trade, aren't you? However, if 100% of the time price pushes to 2021, however, it's only happened 3 times. Yeah, yes, it's 100% of the time, but it's only happened 3 times. That's where you've got to be careful, because, and that's what I mean by going all-time highs. We sort of don't want that because we haven't got previous data to go off. So when we do push back down, which we will do, you've got to look at, okay, what does price do? So look, we get another close back in, and then we actually come back up, test that area, and come straight back down. Yeah, these straight up, tap, straight back down, straight through, straight through. Let's have a look at these ones, straight through. And this is a good tool to do, guys. Just get your box up and just mark them all up. Now, see this one? We had a forward close, and then we didn't get a forward drove. This could be what we're getting. I think we're going to get a forward close, but we're not going to drive, are we? So does that mean we're going to then come back to 2045, tap 2045, and then come? So that's where we could potentially look for wing back sells. That's only if we don't tap 2022. Does that make sense? So if you really look at this candle, the forward closed, and then the next forward didn't drive but closed bearish still, and then the next forward didn't tap 2021 but actually pulled all the way back and closed bullish, tapped 2045, and then the next 4 is the one what came down and tapped. So you still tap, but it just means you pull back first. And this really helps where if you get tagged in on a trade and in drawdown, look at previous day and go, oh well, actually we can pull all the way back to 2045. So we need to cover this area. So let's put our stops would be in this area up here. See, so we need to cover this high. What are they? Oh bloody hell! I don't have them stops lying. Okay, so and this is all you're doing with Meraki. It's all probability. So eventually you do come back down. So we're probably 90% at the moment of coming straight through that area. There is one time where you come up to 2045 before going down, and then you've got to say to yourself, okay, why did it do that? Well, I think it done that because you were coming from the bottom. We're actually coming from the top down, so we've got more probability that'll probably just fly through that area. Straight through. This one didn't tap the top. So by doing this, then say to yourself, okay, knowing this, that 95% of the time, there's another one, straight back up, but look, it's done it again here. Tap 2024 and then came straight back through. So knowing this, that when you get a close below 2030, price tends to come through to 2021 at 95% of the time. So if I said to you, okay, you've got to bet your house on, you have to bet, are we going up or are we going down? Are we going to tap 2021 or are we going to tap 2074 first? What are you going to tap first, 2021 or 2077? That's what you've got to say to yourself, because yes, we can get a pullback first before coming down. That's not what I'm saying, but is that the direction we're going? I think we need to tap 2021 before it decides what it's going to do for the proper direction. And that's all it is with trading, just pure probability. And we know the forwards tend to come through to 2021. But it's just whether we push up first and tap 2045 before coming down. That's all it is. Because if price does start pushing up, we know why. We know because sometimes price can come up to 2025, sorry. It's going to be interesting how this forward close. So you've got 10 minutes left, guys, so go make yourself a brew. I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. And then we'll all jump back on ready for this forward closure. Okay. So I'll just leave everything on so you can see us. Good morning, Nate. He's in the house. Abby, good morning. Nice to meet you. Right, I'm just going to go make a cup of tea, guys, and then we'll get back amongst it once this forward closes. Let me just put wait for flow. Do you know what? I know Andrew Hankin is so, I hope he's still on the stream, Andrew Hankin is so on point with spelling. If you spell something wrong, oh, you can't handle it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this waiting for 4-hour close like this, where everything's capital apart from the start, the W. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that lowercase, because if he's watching, he'll be going absolutely crazy. So we're just going to do that just to piss him off. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute, Andrew. we looking? Not moved whatsoever. That's fine though. It's fine. Morning, Jack.
Morning, mate.
You alright?
Not too bad. I've been dropping my daughter off at school, so that's why I'm a bit late.
Ah, it's alright, man. Well, you missed a trade this morning. It was a winning trade, to be fair, but I didn't take any partial, so we just got stopped at break even. But we're close. We should be fairly close to another one, so don't worry. We should get another one.
Yeah, I'm glad you wrote in the waiting on, because I just joined at that point. So
Ah, yeah.
I would have thought my computer would have broken.
Yeah.
Can you write anything?
Frozen. Oh, look at this here, guys. 3 hour no top wick. 2 hours. Oh, there's 2 minutes left of it. So the 4's going to close in 2 minutes. Now, if this 4 closes, it's just got to close bearish, really. I'm just trying to see if, because the 4 might pop down first. This is the thing. And if it pops down first, how do we get in? If the 4 closes like this, that means the 1 hour is going to close bullish. I'm really interested in a wing back, but where can we get the wing back from? So let's have a look. When we get a forward close, below this, we actually don't need much of a pullback. We can get a pullback to get a close like that back into the range, and then did this pop down first, or this is a thing here, because we might just pop straight down, and if we pop straight down it means then, well, it'll mean I'm done for the day, because that's my target. This is my target here, 2021. Right, this is my target for the day. But what I'm saying is, what I want the 4 hour to open up and pull back, so we can get a wing back on from somewhere, whether we get a wing back from 2033 or whether we get a wing back from 2038 and then we start flipping to come back down to fill the range. That's my perfect scenario. Now there is a level here at 2038 which we did previously have marked up, but it's whether we're going to get up there. I don't know if we're going to get up there. Close back into the range. We've done that. Did we come back up? We didn't come back up. I want to see when we come from. To be honest, I think we're going to pop down first. I think we're going to pop down and tap 2021. But I can't take it because the stops are far too big for me. You'd have to cover the 4 hour high. That's the issue. Because look, this is what can happen. This is what I'm saying. So if you take a sell stop, on, let's say this is what we've got. We've come back into the range, we've closed. And if you take a sell stop, this candle could have pushed up first. You would have got your sell stop on, comes back down, activated, doesn't tap 2022, and then it powers up all the way up with one forward candle. You're like, shit, I'm going deep into drawdown. So that means, yes, you can come back to 2044, but you're going to have to cover them highs. You're going to have to cover that with your stops, because you know that price can come up there. But if you look at the size of the stops are going to be like that. It's 210 pips. Right? Now, it's fine, because if you think about it, you're only risking whatever your risk is. So I risk 2% per trade. It's fine, but it just means that for the value of the lot, for your target, is it worth it? So this is what you've got to say to yourself, is it worth it? So I mean, yes, we are looking to gain 60 pips, I suppose. So, you know, that's what you've got to work out. Is it worth it? You're risking 60 pips to gain 210 pips to gain 60 pips. Okay, that's where you've got to work out, is it worth it for you? So for example, the last trade, stops are fairly big and we were only targeting 10 pips. That's why, for me, I was happy just to go to break even instead of taking some partial. It wasn't worth me taking any partial. So all this play a factor. And when you're in fast zones like this is what you get. It's where stops get a lot bigger. So how can we get in? We've got a potential wing back area 2045. We've got a potential wing back area 2038. So I don't know whether we're going to get 2038 if we're going to pull back. See, they all tap it first. This is the thing before coming back up. I think that you're just going to tap it, aren't you? But what do you cover? What do you cover? What do you get when you fall? Let's have a look at the hours. So the hours closed. We broke below that. Let's see what the hours are doing. We broke below. And you've had a nest play. So this is a lovely nest play. Okay. So technically you could just sell now. You could just sell now. That's a sign that price is pushing down, but I just want to confirm this hour zone. You've had an hour break below, then you've had a nest play, so you should be coming straight through. Oh, break below and nest play. Are you going to mess about before coming down? So if that's the case, could we not just do stops above here? What's that for stops? 130. Because there is a minor support here. Remember we've seen this hour minor support. And then you can power straight back up. So are we going to come back to tap 2033 before driving? So you've got a bit of predicament here. You've got a nest play, you've got a zone there, and you've got a zone here, minor zones, and the hour's stuck in it. So you could argue and say, okay, you've had a nest play. If we take this away, there's a nest play. So what a nest play is when you've had a breakout to the downside or upside, and then the new candle closes bullish but struggles to break back in the zone. Therefore you've struggled to break back in this zone, so still a sign of price wants to push back down. So then the next one should open up, create a top wick, and then flip to the downside like that. And this whole move is a nest play. Normally you would just get a sell stop on, sort of either below the wick or below the body. So you'd either get a sell stop on now where you'd be activating, or you'd just do it below the wick. But there is a minor zone on the hour here as well. So is this just a close respecting, and now we've closed bullish to make our way back up? And if we're going to come back up, price tends to come back to at least 2033. So could we not just look at sells from 2033 to then come back down and break all the lows? Because on the lower time frame we are struggling to break the lows either. We're not flying down, and we haven't broke any highs. So when you haven't broke any highs and you're struggling to go down, price is going to have to break some highs. And where's the next highs? It's above here. So could we look at wing back sells from this location to come back down? That's what we're trying to say. Does that make sense how I've explained all that? Because I do talk fast sometimes. But then you've got to look at this as well. So this is where we are. No, we're not winning here, are we? We've tapped. Then we've came back up to 2038. 2038 looks pretty decent, because with 2038, when you come and tap 2038, you normally pull back to 2033 before doing anything. So could we not just sell 2038, come back to 2033, hoping we drive further down? Even if it wants to go up, you should still tap 2033. So we're down, we're back up, tap. Do you know what? That's probably the best. But it's whether you're going to do that before tapping 2021. I really like 2038. So where would stops be? Because you'd be targeting 46 pips. Stops would have to be above here. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'd really like that, to be honest with you. That's probably my next best setup. 2037. That's what I'm after for a wingback sell, guys. Wingback sell from 2037, and because looking at price, even if price wants to push up, yeah, and the daily wants to flip to the upside, the price breaks back into the zone, it's got to come back to tap 2033 anyway, even to push higher up. So what we'll do is we'll look to sell from here, take partial move to break even. Target would still be down at 2021. Okay, that's if we don't tap it. And I think that will be the start of it. Yeah, that's what we've probably got going on. Let's have a look at these lower time frames, because the lower time frames are going to tell us if we're going to drive down. Okay, so the 15s, look what the 15s done. These are the highs here. 115's popped up, broke these highs. It's even broke this little tiny one, has it? And then closed bearish. So is this the move down? So if we can get, what if we get a 15 below here? If we get a 15 below here, is that the initiation of the 4 hour pushing down? I would prefer the wing back, but what's this here? Get rid of this. Now we've got a new 15-minute zone. So if we get a 15-minute close below here, what happens to price? 15. You don't even drive. You come back. Nah, you can't. It's a very dangerous zone. That look, 15 close. So we can't even take that really. It's a bit of a dangerous zone. I think the only thing I've got going on at the minute, I wouldn't be looking at any more sells, even though I know we're going to be tapping 2021. I won't be looking at any sell stops below unless we get that pullback. I want a pullback to at least 2033. I won't be looking at any more trades until we tap 2033, and there'll only be sells. But at the minute, I am going to set up this wingback sell to come down. So it'd be something like this, guys. So it'd be like that. Stops would have to be above this high, 150 pips, but you are targeting down here. It's a 1-to-1 really on that, if you like to use risk to reward and all that type of stuff. Take partial move to break in would be 45 pips. So that's what I've got going on. That's what I want to see. That's my perfect setup today. You're breaking the highs at that point. You're coming back up. Even if price wants to drive up, back up, and the daily wants to flip to the upside, you still got to have a pullback, tap 2033 in order to drive. If price wants to drive down to 2021, you've got to pull back. Now with a pullback can either come to 2033 and go, or 2038. But we've got to go on what's our best case scenario. Our best case is 2038, therefore I'm going for 2038 to come down. And then price can do whatever it wants after that. Alright? I don't think I'll stay on for this though, guys. I'm going to get this in the signals. Let's get this in now. if you're watching on YouTube and you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll notify you when we're on next. We trade most weekdays from 8 o'clock. Normally 8 o'clock. Depends if I get the kids sorted and out the door in time. But normally 8 o'clock London session. So with these wingback guys, you can either set a sell limit, right, or you can just wait for price. And I normally wait, and what I do is I watch the lower time frame. I watch for that 5-minute push, break the highs, and then flip. That's what I try and catch. And a lot of my trades, there's not much drawdown because that's how I do it with a 5-minute. But you can just set a sell limit, really, set and forget. So 2037.81. Let's see if there's any news today though. Agnostic speech. So we're pretty good for news. Quite a lot I see. Yeah, pretty good for news. 2037.81. J partial move to break in would be 2033. 2030. TP2 would be 2021.77, and stops would be 2053. 53. Why are they up there that high? Because we know that one forward candle can actually power all the way up, so we need to cover that in case it does that. 2053.17. Now you're probably thinking, oh, what if price comes and taps 2021 before it comes back for the wing back? Is the wing back still on if we tap 2021 beforehand? Well, how do we find the answer to that? All we do is we look at previous data. Once price taps 2021, what happens then? Let's have a look. So comes down, taps, comes through. Yeah, so it doesn't quite play out once it's tapped. Down, tap, up. Well, this one does, because remember we're only targeting this 2033. So this one does. Comes down, taps, doesn't come back. Back up, down. That's coming from the bottom. Coming from the bottom, but still up, down. That's why stops are up there low, in case we get this. I would be interested in the second entry as well at 2045, but you think about it, if you get an hour close like this, you're probably not going to sell, are you? You're probably not going to sell. The wing backs are basically pullbacks on the higher time frames, so you need bearish closes, ideally. Up, tap. After you've tapped 2021, you come back up, tap. Nice, it's coming from the bottom. So it's still pretty good, and stops in a good place, really. So here we are, this one. If you look at this one, ooh, look at this here. So come down, we tap 2021, and then we come up. We would have been activated, but look where price goes. You would have been activated, stopped out on that. So now we're aware that maybe we've got to move stops a tad higher to 2054 just to cover this little area. And then the trade still plays out, so you would have been activated here. No, sorry, you would have been activated here. Potential second entry here as well. Both trades would have played out, because you only come down to 2032. So you could have had two entries on there. So that would have played nice. So We're going to have to amend these stops to 2054, 2054.38. 2054.38. Just get bigger and bigger down there. But we're still, I mean, we're looking at 60 pips here, guys, so if you think about it, it's not too bad. Normally I'd stay in for 10 pips a day and I'm done. 10 pips a day, but my stops are obviously a lot better than that, just because we're in these ranges, and that's just what price is. Right, guys, that's what I've got on. There's probably no point staying on. I mean, this could be a trade you set and forget, to be honest with you. Depending on how you trade, you can watch it. I will be trading New York session as well, so not on the live stream though. I only trade London on the live stream. So, is there any questions before I go? Because I'm probably going to call it a stream now. Yes, mate. Yes, Sigma. All happy, guys.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, I hope you caught that first trade and you took some profit out of that. It was a BE for me. But if not, if you've liked what you see, hit the like and subscribe button. And then I'll get notified when we trade. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be on all week this week from 8 o'clock onwards. Okay, so other than that, happy pip hunting today. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Have a good day, mate.
See you later, guys. Enjoy that, Martin. Enjoy that, Paul.
Sorry. Yeah. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Did you get any profit out of that trade?
I wasn't mate.
Ah. Right. How are you getting on with the Dean?
I'm all over the crown jewel strategy at the minute.
It's meant to be good, that is it? I've not looked at it yet.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It just gives simplification. It's easy to remember. Do your setups. Yeah, I think it's got it absolutely nailed.
Really? I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, a lot more confidence in it. Not that I didn't have the confidence before, but
Yeah, she showed me briefly how to use it.
more focus.
Yeah, she showed me briefly how to use it, but I just haven't. I've been taking the trade IDs and then I notice it. You know what I mean? Then I notice what they're doing, and then obviously I just do my stuff. But yeah, no, I'm glad, mate. I'm glad it's working out.
Yeah, I just need to get the transition on to be a small time rather than the detail.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's trying to squeeze it in as much as he can now, and then it'll just start taking over.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll get there, man. Okay. How long have you been trading now, Paul?
Yeah, long enough to be
Long enough where I should be. It's hard though, because I mean you've got the likes of John Mees and that who he's only been trading, I think it's a year now, if that. In you know, he's like, he puts himself down. He's hard on himself.
Yeah.
Because he's like
our biggest, what's the terminology? We are our biggest
critique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be, but I 23. Put a note in the group. I'm not, but I know the reasons that I'm not. So
Yeah.
this year, be it.
Yeah. This year's going to be a big year for everyone. Big year for everyone. Right, Paul, I'll let you get off, mate. I will catch you later.
Have a good day.
You too. See you later, Martin. Bye now.
Bye, mate.
Bye.